Hi, grade five. I hope everyone had a nice and relaxing weekend and you're ready to get back to work. We only have 3 more weeks and then it will be officially summer break. So hang in there. You only have 3 more weeks. Okay, so let's get started on Narnia. And we are almost near the end. We only have a few more chapters left. So we'll be finishing up in 2 weeks or so. Okay, so I'm going to go full screen here. So I want to bring us back first to this plot pyramid, this story arc. And at the beginning of the lessons, when we first started reading Narnia, we were in the exposition phase when we were learning about characters and relationships and the setting. And then we started seeing the rising action when we started getting an introduction to the White Witch and how it was always winter but never Christmas in Narnia. And that's leading up to the climax. So by now you should have already listened to chapter 13 and 14. So now you will see that we have reached the climax. And the climax is a very, very important part of the story, okay? So the climax is the turning point of a narrative story, and it's the point of the highest tension and drama usually. So it's often viewed as one of the most important parts of a story. Okay, it's the highest point, that's why it's the top of the mountain. Okay, and usually what happens in the climax is the main character learns something new, or a huge change takes place in the story, or sometimes it's an intense part of the plot, or now the conflict can be addressed. So after reading chapter 14, you should have already learned that Aslan has now surrendered and given himself up as a replacement for Edmund to the White Witch, which is very noble, and it's a very noble sacrifice for him. So that's a huge turning point in this story. So for the assignment for today, we are going to be analyzing the climax. But first, your assignment 1, you're going to have 3 comprehension questions on chapter 13. So what does the witch plan to do with Edmund? How does the witch escape Aslan's rescue party? And what does Aslan do with Edmund? Okay, those are the 3 questions you're going to answer. And your next assignment is analyzing the climax that we see happen in chapter 14. Okay, I thought it was a very, very powerful chapter. And I want you guys to be able to analyze this so you can understand the importance of the climax, okay? So you're just going to answer these 4 questions. The first one, what does this chapter reveal about Aslan and the witch? What did we learn a lot about them here? The next question, what new conflicts does the climax create for the children? So this is, after this climax is finished, what do we think? What more conflict are we going to see happen with the children? What still needs to be resolved in this story? And the last one, how do you think they might be resolved? So most of these questions, you have to infer and you have to apply your knowledge of what just happened in chapter 14 and what do you think is going to be happening next by answering these questions. Okay, so those are your 2 assignments for today. Don't forget to turn them in on Google Classroom. And please keep in mind that chapter 14 is all about the climax. It's a very important and intense part that's happening in the plot, and it is definitely a turning point in this story. Okay, that's all for me. Have a great day and work hard. Bye.